Are you sure you're bad at losing fat, or have you just been lied to by social media? Because, let's be honest, every time you open Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, it feels like every guy has abs. Every fitness creator looks peeled. Every transformation photo looks perfect. And after a while, you start thinking, man, maybe I'm just behind. But that's not real life. The truth is, very few men walk around naturally lean, with sharp abs all year. It's way less common than social media makes it look. Most people are not sitting at 10 fun trum body fat. Most people are not camera ready every morning. And a lot of the bodies you see online are shown under perfect lighting, perfect angles, and at the perfect moment. So maybe your problem isn't that you're lazy. Maybe your goal has been shaped by a fake standard. In this video, I want to break down what getting lean actually looks like. Not the fantasy version, the real version. The kind that helps you lose fat, keep muscle, feel good, and not hate your life while doing it. Social media can mess with your head fast. You scroll for 5 minutes, and suddenly it looks like every guy your age has a six-pack. One guy is shirtless at the beach. Another guy is flexing in a mirror. Another one is posting a natural transformation that looks almost impossible. And before you know it, you start comparing your normal body to someone else's best moment. That's the part most people forget. Online fitness is not everyday life. It's a highlight reel. People post the best photo, in the best lighting, after a pump, with the right angle, sometimes after dieting hard for weeks. You don't see the hunger. You don't see the tired days. You don't see the cravings at night. You don't see what it takes to stay that lean. And because of that, a lot of people set a goal that is way more extreme than they actually need. They think they have to look shredded to be successful. But they don't. You can look strong, healthy, and confident without living like a fitness model. You can lose belly fat, build a better shape, and still enjoy your life. That's the goal most people should be chasing. Not the body that looks good for one photo. The body you can actually live in. Here's the truth. Most fitness content doesn't say clearly. You do not need to be 8 fun trum body fat to look good. For most guys, that level is not fun. You're hungry all the time. Your energy drops. Your mood can change. Food starts taking up too much space in your head. And for what? A look that most people can't keep for very long? A much better goal for most men is somewhere around 12 fun trum to 20 fun trum body fat. That's where you can still look lean, strong, and athletic without feeling like your whole life revolves around dieting. At that range, your waist can look tighter. Your face can look sharper. Your clothes fit better. You can see more definition. But you can still go out to dinner. You can still have normal days. You can still train hard and feel like yourself. That matters. Because getting lean for 2 weeks is not the real win. The real win is building a body you can keep. A body that looks good, feels good, and doesn't require you to suffer every single day just to maintain it. When you first start a diet, that's usually your best window to make progress. You have more body fat to lose. Your energy is still pretty good. Your motivation is high because everything feels fresh. You're ready to change. You want to see results. That's why I don't think the beginning should always be super slow and gentle. A lot of people do the opposite. They barely cut calories at first. They wait until later to get serious. But later is when things usually get harder. Hunger gets louder. Cravings show up. Your body starts pushing back. Your patience gets thinner. So the beginning can be a good time to be more focused. Not reckless. Not starving yourself. Not doing anything crazy. Just more locked in. This is the time to clean up the obvious stuff. Reduce the extra snacks. Tighten up portions. Get protein into every meal. Walk more. Train with purpose. Do the simple things well. And when you start seeing your waist come down, that changes everything. You feel like, okay, this is actually working. That early progress gives you confidence. It makes the next week easier. That's why the first phase matters so much. It's not just about losing fat. It's about proving to yourself that your plan works. Around week 5, things can start to feel different. At first, the diet feels pretty manageable. You're motivated. The scale moves. Your clothes fit better. You feel proud of yourself. Then suddenly, the hunger gets stronger. You start thinking about food more. Little cravings become louder. A snack you normally ignored starts looking amazing. You feel a little more tired during the day. Your workouts may not feel as strong. That doesn't mean you failed. It means your body noticed the change. Your body does not care that you want abs. It cares about keeping you alive. So when you keep losing fat, it starts trying to slow you down. More hunger, less energy, more thoughts about food. This is where a lot of people quit. They think they need to push even harder. But sometimes, the smarter move is to slow down a little. You don't have to stop. You just need to adjust. Maybe the calorie deficit gets smaller. Maybe you add a planned, higher-calorie meal. Maybe you focus more on sleep and walking instead of crushing yourself. Getting lean is not about suffering until you break. It's about knowing when to push and when to back off. Protein is one of the most important parts of losing fat the right way. I like to think of it as insurance for your muscle. When you eat fewer calories, your body still needs energy. And if you are not eating enough protein, your body may not just burn fat. It can start taking from muscle too. That's why some people lose weight but still don't like how they look. The scale goes down, but their body looks smaller, softer, and weaker. They lost weight, but they did not protect their shape. Protein helps with that. It gives your body a reason to hold on to muscle, especially when you are also lifting weights. It also helps you feel full longer, which makes dieting a lot easier. You don't need to make this complicated. Just try to get a solid protein source at each meal. Chicken, fish, eggs, lean beef, Greek yogurt, turkey, cottage cheese, or whatever fits your life. A simple rule is this: aim for a protein portion about the size of your palm at each meal. That one habit can change a lot. You feel less hungry, you recover better, you keep more muscle. And as the fat comes off, your body starts to look tighter instead of just smaller. That's the goal. Not just losing pounds, building a body that actually looks strong. You don't have to destroy your whole diet to lose fat. That's where a lot of people mess up. They think they have to cut out bread, rice, pasta, snacks, fats, and anything that tastes good. And sure, that might work for a few days, maybe even a week, but most people can't live like that. The better way is to make small changes that still let your meals feel normal. For example, if you usually eat a big serving of rice, don't remove it completely. Just cut it down a little and add more vegetables. You still get a full plate, but with fewer calories. If you usually eat 3 whole eggs, maybe use 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. Same kind of meal, less calories, more protein. If you love avocado, don't ban it. Just use half instead of the whole thing. These changes don't feel dramatic. That's why they work. You're not waking up every day feeling punished. You're just making your normal meals a little lighter, a little smarter, and a little easier to control. And when you do that meal after meal, day after day, the results start adding up. Fat loss does not always need a huge sacrifice. Sometimes it's just a few quiet adjustments done consistently. The weekend is where a lot of fat loss plans fall apart. Monday through Friday, everything looks good. You eat your planned meals, you hit your protein, you stay disciplined. You feel like you're finally on track. Then Saturday comes, dinner with family, a birthday party, drinks with friends, a restaurant meal, and suddenly, one bigger meal turns into a whole weekend of overeating. Then comes the guilt. You think, well, I already messed up, I'll just start again Monday. That mindset keeps people stuck for years. The fix is not to avoid every fun food forever. That usually backfires. The better move is to plan for it. Have one flexible meal during the week. Not a cheat day, not a full day of eating anything you want. Just one meal where you loosen up a little and enjoy yourself without going completely off the rails. That changes the whole feeling. Instead of thinking, I can't have that, you know it already fits into the plan. You don't feel trapped. You don't feel like you failed. And you're less likely to binge because nothing feels forbidden. That's a big deal. Because the best diet is not the strictest one. It's the one you can keep following when real life shows up. Losing weight and looking lean are not the same thing. That's something a lot of people learn the hard way. You can drop 20 or 30 pounds and still not look the way you pictured. Your clothes may fit better, the scale may be lower, but your body can still look soft, flat, or smaller than you expected. Why? Because muscle gives your body shape. Fat loss reveals the body underneath. But if there is not enough muscle there, you may not get that strong, athletic look you wanted. That's why lifting weights matters so much when you're dieting. The goal is not just to burn calories in the gym. That's not the main point. The real goal is to send your body a message. Keep this muscle. I still need it. When calories are low, your body is looking for energy. If you stop training hard, your body has less reason to hold on to muscle. So don't treat weight training like an extra thing. It's part of the plan. Keep lifting. Keep trying to maintain your strength. You don't have to break records every week, but you do need to show up and give your muscles a reason to stay. That's how you lose fat and still look strong. Not just lighter, leaner. Cardio can help with fat loss, but it's not as magical as people think. A lot of people start dieting and immediately think, I need to run more. I need to sweat more. I need to burn more calories. And yes, cardio burns calories. That part is true. But here's what often happens. You do a hard cardio session. You burn a few hundred calories. Then later, you feel tired. You sit more. You move less. You get hungrier. Maybe you snack a little extra without thinking about it. And just like that, a lot of those burned calories get canceled out. That doesn't mean cardio is bad. It just means it's not always the best tool for everyone. For most people, walking is easier to keep up with. It doesn't crush your body. It doesn't make you feel wrecked. It doesn't make you as hungry as hard cardio can. And you can do it almost anywhere. A short walk after meals, parking farther away, taking the stairs, getting outside for 10 or 15 minutes. Those things sound small, but they add up. If you go from 4,000 steps a day to 8,000, that can make a real difference over time. And the best part is, it feels doable. That matters more than people think. Because the best fat loss habit is not the one that sounds intense. It's the one you can still do 6 months from now. Losing the weight is hard, but keeping it off is usually harder. That's the part most people don't think about until it happens to them. They hit their goal weight, feel great for a little while, and then slowly start sliding back. Not overnight, just little by little. A bigger portion here, a few skipped workouts there, less walking, more snacks, more I earned this meals. And before they know it, the weight starts coming back. It's not always because they're lazy. A lot of times, their body has changed. When you lose weight, your body needs fewer calories than before. You're smaller now, so you burn less just moving around. Your metabolism can also adapt a bit. And for some people, hunger gets stronger after a long diet. That's a tough combo. The same amount of food that used to maintain your weight may now be too much. And if you go right back to your old habits, your old body usually comes back with them. That's why the end of a diet is not really the finish line. It's the transition point. You have to learn how to live in the new body. You still need structure. You still need protein. You still need movement. You still need to pay attention. Not obsess. Just pay attention. Because the real goal is not to get lean for a few weeks. The real goal is to stay healthy, strong, and confident for the long run. Motivation feels great when it's there, but it never stays. At the beginning, you're excited. You're checking the mirror. You're stepping on the scale. You're thinking, this time, I'm really doing it. And that energy helps. But real life always shows up. You get busy, work gets stressful, sleep gets worse. Family events happen. Holidays come around. You miss a workout. You eat more than planned. And suddenly, the motivation that felt so strong is gone. That's why you can't build your whole fat loss plan on motivation. You need a system. A simple one. Eat enough protein. Lift weights. Walk every day. Control portions without making yourself miserable. Plan for flexible meals instead of pretending you'll never want pizza, burgers, dessert, or a night out. That's what keeps you going when you don't feel perfect. A good system doesn't require you to be locked in every single day. It gives you a way to get back on track fast, because you will have messy days. Everybody does. The difference is, Some people let one bad meal turn into a bad week. Others just move on and get back to the basics. That's what lasting progress looks like. Not perfection, just a repeatable plan you can live with. Here's a simple way to approach the next 60 days. Don't make it complicated. Start by measuring your waist. Take a few photos in the same lighting, front, side, and back. You don't need to share them with anyone. They're just for you, so you can see what's really changing. Then focus on the basics. Get protein at every meal. A palm-sized portion is a good place to start. Chicken, fish, eggs, lean meat, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, whatever fits your life. Next, make small calorie cuts. Don't crash diet. Just tighten things up. A little less rice. A little less oil. Half the avocado instead of the whole thing. More vegetables on the plate. Walk every day. Even 10 or 15 minutes helps. If you can build up your steps over time, even better. Lift weights or do resistance training a few times a week. Your job is to keep your muscle while the fat comes off. And once a week, plan one flexible meal. Not a cheat day, just one meal where you enjoy yourself and still stay in control. Do that for 60 days. Track your waist. Track your photos. Track your habits. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a plan you can actually repeat. So, here's the real takeaway. The goal is not to get lean for 2 weeks and then fall apart. The goal is to build a body you can actually live in. A body that feels stronger. A body that looks better in clothes. A body that gives you more confidence when you look in the mirror. And that does not come from starving yourself. It does not come from chasing every fitness trend online. It comes from doing the simple things long enough for them to work. Eat enough protein. Lift weights. Walk more. Make small calorie cuts. Plan for real life. Don't panic when one meal is not perfect. Just get back to the basics. That's how fat loss becomes something you can keep, not just a short challenge, a real lifestyle. And remember, your body does not need to look like someone else's highlight reel to be worth improving. You just need to move in the right direction and stay honest with yourself. Now, I want to hear from you. What is your current goal right now? Losing belly fat? Building muscle? Getting stronger? Or just feeling better in your own body? Drop it in the comments. And if this video helped you see fat loss in a more realistic way, hit like, subscribe to Hidden Organ Secrets, and stay with us for the next one.